Hello and good afternoon. My name is Kelby Walker, as many of you may know. I talked about early in the week that I was going to have an interview with candidate Ben Hasan and his purpose of running and why now, and his slogan of moving Augusta forward. So, with no further delay, I'm going to introduce to you all candidate Ben Hasan for District 6 Commissioner. Good afternoon, candidate Hasan.
Good afternoon, Kev. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. Yeah, we're just going to get straight into the meat of the matter here. I'll ask you a few questions. First and foremost, what is the purpose of you running now?
Well, first and foremost, Kev, it's something that I was not aspiring to do. I enjoyed doing the things that I was doing in terms of making, I think, a contribution to the community, just going to the house, minding my own business at the end of the day, but making a difference. In 2012, August of 2012, the federal courts redrew the boundaries. And redrawing the boundaries, historically, I've been in Pepper since 1986. And in 2012, like I said, the federal courts redrew the boundaries, so they drew Pepper Ridge into District 6, where we previously had been in the 4. So once I did that, based on the information that I had been involved in historically in this community, I realized that someone had to be strong and involved on the political front to represent me as a commissioner. With Joe Jackson's term expiring, I realized, I said, okay, who did I recognize? I did not recognize anyone. So at that point in time, I decided to throw my hat in the ring.
Okay, and you use the slogan, and a lot of people I've heard from Facebook posts, seen from Facebook posts, and they talk about so many candidates using the slogan, moving Augusta forward. Why that slogan, and why do you feel like you can move Augusta forward?
Well, it's interesting because that's not actually my slogan. You hear President move Augusta forward, but to me, there's a fundamental difference in what's being said. And that's not to demean anybody else's position. But when I think forward right now, if you say, well, Ben, I need you to move this chair forward. If I take everything that's on this chair for the most part, if you don't tell me, say, well, take that out of the chair and move the chair forward. If you tell me just moving forward, that means everything on the chair comes with it. But when you say moving Augusta into the future, it automatically lets you know that certain things don't travel with it. That it's maybe a whole new process. It's going to travel by a different meaning. So my slogan is always moving our community into the future.
Okay. What do you see, and how do you view the state of Augusta now, with some commissioners' terms are expiring? What do you feel, if elected May 20th, you would add to the body of the commission?
Well, the first part of the question is what do I think the state of our community? I think our community is in a great place right now, based on having the ability to transition leadership. And that by meaning that you can have a different mindset coming in the front. We're going to have an African American male, whether it be a male or female, we're going to have that come in 215. We also have an opportunity to have new commissioners in 2, new commissioners in 4, and also a person like myself in 6. Why do I think I'm so important to the equation? Because I've been actively involved since 2006. No one else here in the city can make the kind of claim that I make in that regard. I've been attending the commission and the committee meetings since 2006 to the tune of about 85%. And so with the wealth of information that I think I bring to the process, it gives opportunity to, I think, to go a place that we've never been before. Because not only have I just been attending the meeting, as you already know, I've addressed some very fundamental issues in this community at the very same time. And I've addressed them, Kelby, in a very, what I think, a very unique way, in a very non-partisan way at the end of the day. What do I mean when I say that? I say because most of the time, I don't take shots at anybody. I say what I think is fundamentally right, that will have some bearing. I think that people will appreciate what I've said at the end of the day. And I'm just excited about where we are. So we're at a place, so the first part of your question, where are we right now? We're in a great place, based on, and we can be in a greater place if we make the correct decisions about who we put in office.
My personal opinion, we've only had one major chain of restaurants to come out here, and that was Applebee's. What do you feel about the untapped resource here in South Augusta, and what would you like to see change here as far as economic growth, development, and jobs?
Well, the first thing, most of the time we think about those things, here's what puts those things on automatic. We don't have to argue about those things. We just have to say what we like next if we do this way. The first thing is my slogan here is building a model community through trust. That trust starts on the commission, start with the commissioners, and start with the mayor. And as you begin to build trust on that, and the way I begin to build trust, and I will spend the same quality time that I spend coming to the commission meetings, the committee meetings, I begin to spend that with individual commissioners and remind them of our role and why we decided to run in the first place. Because sometimes it's just like a revival meeting. It's not that sometimes we don't realize how much dirt we picked up from month to month or from year to year, but revival come back and renew our spirit. Same thing for our commissioners. Somebody has to renew their spirit about the potential. Once you get them to a place in time that they understand fully what their responsibilities are, a lot of those things, we talk about jobs, when you talk about education, when you talk about a quality of life, all those things become automatic as a result of that. Why? Because the commissioners get on the same page, and then it creates community buy-in. Because you as a citizen, you begin to gain trust in your government. And once that happens, you know, there is no limit after that. Now, Kevin, here's something here that most people don't realize. Now, this is not a commission issue, but this is a very important issue. Many times we talk about businesses coming to South Augusta, but we also got to think about entrepreneurship. We got to think about owning some of the businesses that come in our community. That's what's going to really turn our life around. So the first part of the question, we're in a great place here, and at the same time, I think that we have a great opportunity if we can create the trust on the community, not on the commission, and I believe we can get that done.
This is another Kelby's blog, and the candidate being Hasan from District 6. Thank you and have a blessed day.